Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV Midday News live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. Kingsmen of the River State Governor Similanayi Fubara have voiced their disapproval of President Bola Tinubu's approach to resolving the ongoing political crisis in the state, citing a lack of democratic principles. Operating under the banner of Okubu Elder Statesmen for the same, Fubara's kinsmen outrightly rejected the resolutions made during the recent meeting held at the presidential villa in Abuja. Their disapproval stemmed from the perceived absence of the solid legal basis within the agreement and the contentious debate over its legitimacy. In a communique issued following an emergency meeting in Port Harcourt, the group highlighted that within the constitutional framework, the president lacks the authority to interfere in the state's internal affairs. Their disapproval stemmed from the perceived absence of solid basis within the agreement and the contentious debate over its legitimacy. The elders stressed that Tinubu's role primarily revolves around overseeing federal appointees and does not extend to the dictation terms to a governor. The federal government has instructed that Nigerians with expired passport who are planning to return to the country to celebrate the Yuletide be allowed in without any hindrance. In a letter dated 22 December 2022 by the Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), Wurola Adikwajo, to the Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga through the Office of Assistant Controller General, Border Management, the NIS asks that Nigerians be admitted into the country with their expired Nigerian passport. In view of this, all Nigerian embassies and high commissions are advised to give this directive to the highest publicity it deserves. Consequently, a help desk has been directed to be open for all Nigerians in this category and directed same to passport officers where their passport will be reissued within a maximum of 2 weeks. The First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has disbursed 25 million naira to 250 elderly men and women from 25 local government areas of Delta State. The cash presentation through the Renewed Hope initiative under the Elderly Support Scheme was held on Friday at the Government House, Asaba, Delta State. The wife of Delta State Governor Tomobere Obovori, who represented Tinubu at the event, also provided clothing materials and free medical checkups to the elderly citizens as support for the gesture. In her address, Tinubu expressed joy at the inaugural edition of the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme themed Better Days Ahead. A former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, on Friday, was released from the Kuje Correctional Center after meeting up with his bail conditions. The spokesperson for the Kuje Correctional Center, FCT, Adamuduza, confirmed the development on Saturday. The Federal Capital Territory High Court Abuja had granted 300 million naira bail to Emefiele, who was being prosecuted for alleged procurement of frauds. 2 persons were confirmed dead while 5 others sustained various degrees of injuries in an accident that occurred on the 4th J area of Shagamu-Benin Expressway on Saturday. The spokesperson of the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRC) in Ogun State, Florence Okwe, confirmed the incident to journalists in Abeokuta. Okwe said that the incident, which occurred at 3:35 p.m., involved the Chevrolet SUV. She said that 7 people were involved in the accident, comprising 6 women and a woman. The FRC spokesperson noted that the accident was caused by speeding and road obstruction, adding that the SUV rammed into the stationary truck due to its speeding. The injured victims were rescued by a driver who was driving behind them. The unnamed driver took the injured to the hospital for medical attention, while the corpses were being deposited at the State General Hospital morgue in Ijebu-Ode by FRSC operators, she said. Okpa said the Operative Sector Command in the state, Anthony Oka, had also admonished motorists to apply caution while driving and maintain the stipulated speed limit. A Plateau State High Court sitting in Jos, the state capital, had ordered the seizure of a property belonging to the Jos branch of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The seizure notice signed by a registrar specified the property seized as an Innoson IVM double cabin vehicle. The order was made by Honorable Justice N.D. Shashit, and the seizure notice was made available to newsmen on Saturday in Jos, the Plateau State capital. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has presented 25 ambulances to all local government areas, several tertiary institutions, and firefighting vans to the state fire service in Lokoja. This was aimed at enhancing the efficiency of the state health sector and facilitating prompt emergency response. Additionally, the governor allocated 40 SUV cars and 4 Hilux vans to the state lawmakers and judges during a brief ceremony in Lokoja, the state capital. Governor Bello highlighted that the autonomy granted to the legislature and the local government was designed to bolster service delivery. He said that the judiciary, legislation, and the local governments had enjoyed autonomy under his administration. The EFCC has arrested and convicted Italian Floria De Stefani for failing to obey a court order upon her conviction by Justice Mojisola Dada of the Special Offense Court sitting in Ikeja, Lagos State. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale said this in a statement in Abuja. Oyewale said the judge on October 7, 2022 found De Stefani guilty of using false documents and counterfeit sales to confer herself ownership of a property. He said the property belonged to a company, Waterside Property Limited, an offense contrary to Section 366 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State. According to him, Dada, while delivering judgment, sentenced the convict to 3 years in prison and also ordered the release of property to 11 AB Warren Road, Ikoyi, Lagos State to Waterside Properties Limited within 3 weeks. He said that De Stefani was, however, rearrested on December 19, 2023 for refusing to vacate the property ordered for release to the company by the court. Following her arrest on Tuesday, she was also issued a notice by commission to vacate the premises within 7 days or risk legal actions. Similarly, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission has uncovered a total of 37,170,855,753 naira 44 kobo, allegedly laundered in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs under the former minister Sadia Omaria Farouk. Details of the ongoing probe obtained reveal that the money was transferred from the federal government's COMFA and sent to 38 different banks' accounts domiciled in 5 legacy commercial banks belonging to or connected with a contractor, James Okwete. Following receipt of the funds, Okwete allegedly transferred $6,746,034,100 to the Bureau de Change operators, withdrew 540 billion in cash, purchased luxury cars with 288,346,600,000, and bought luxury houses in Abuja and Enugu State with 2,195,155,000. 53 companies were allegedly traced to Okwete, who was also said to have used 47 of the companies to lift federal government contracts amounting to 27,423,822,339 naira 86 kobo. He is also linked to 143 banks accounts in 12 commercial banks, in which 134 accounts are corporate accounts linked to different companies. The Gombe State Police Command has on Saturday warned against the sale of knockouts, fireworks, unauthorized use of siren, covered number plates, and removal of motorcycle silencers. According to a press statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer ASP Mahid Abubakar, the decision is part of the command's effort in intensifying security to ensuring the safety and well-being of citizens during the Yuletide celebration. It is clear that the measures were the Commissioner of Police Hayat Usman's proactive approach to prevent criminal activities and maintain relative peace for a hitch-free celebration across the state. The CP charged various police officials, including head of department, area command, technical commanders, mobile commanders, divisional police officers, and to ensure early deployment of their personnel to strategic locations comprising worship centers and other public places. You're watching Global TV Midday News live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the midday news return, Serap sues NNPC over failure to account for Nigeria's oil revenue. The news continues shortly with details of these and other stories right after this short break. Please stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the midday news. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the government of Guinea announced that petrol distribution would resume 5 days after supplies were suspended, following an explosion at the fire at the West African nation's main fuel depot, which left at least 23 dead. The population has been without petrol since on Monday, paralyzing large part of the economy. Demonstrations in the capital's Conakry on Wednesday and Thursday occasionally flared up in clashes between security forces and a group of young people demanding the restoration of petrol supplies to service stations. The supply of diesel had resumed on Wednesday, but not of petrol, and the fire at the station depot in Kalom district of Conakry near the port has still not been extinguished, and firefighters continue to battle the flames. A total of 10,337 people were affected by the destruction, according to the government. Israel pressed its Gaza's offensive Saturday, with Hamas authorities reporting heavy shelling in several cities hours after world powers demanded more aid be allowed into the besieged Palestinian territory. The Hamas-controlled health ministry said 18 people were killed in a strike on a house in Nuseirat refugee camp in the central Gaza. As other targets were hit up and down the stride, the health minister in Gaza, which the Islamist movement Hamas has ruled since 2007, said more than 400 people have been killed in Israeli bombardment over 48 hours. The latest violence comes after the United Nations Security Council approved a resolution demanding immediate, safe and unhindered deliveries of life-saving aids be rushed into the Gaza at a scale. Flags on public buildings flew at half-mast Saturday and masses were scheduled across the Czech Republic for a day of national mourning after a deadly shooting at a Prague Charles University. The worst in the country in decades. A 24-year-old student opened fire at the Faculty of Arts on Thursday, killing 13 people and then himself. Another person died in hospital later on, and the gunfire sparked frantic scenes of students running from the attack. Tearful students have lit thousands of candles at a makeshift memorial at the Faculty of Arts and the university headquarters nearby. The gunman also wounded 25 people, including 3 who were hit by bullets in the street as he fired from the balcony. Moving on to business, where the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has lifted ban on transaction in cryptocurrency, saying banks and other financial institutions can now provide service to cryptocurrency exchange and dealers, also known as virtual asset providers (VAPs). Accordingly, the CBN says financial institutions are now permitted to open accounts for VAPs, provided designated settlement accounts and settlement services act as channels for foreign HE flows and trade and render any other activities that may be permitted by the CBN from time to time. The CBN, however, said the bank's account opened by the VAPs cannot be used for cash withdrawal and third-party checks. The Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for failing to disclose details of Nigeria's daily oil production, exploration and revenue since the removal of full subsidy in May 2023. The organization announced on Sunday in the suit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja. SERAP is seeking an order to compel NNPC to disclose the number of barrels of oils Nigeria produces and exports daily, as well as the total revenue generated from the oil production since the subsidy was removed. Former Central Bank of Nigerian Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi recently alleged that NNPC is failing to remit enough foreign exchange into the treasury despite the removal of full subsidy, and asks where is the money. SERAP argues that Nigerians have a right to know the details of country's oil production and revenues, stating that transparency will ensure that revenues generated from Nigeria's daily oil production and exploration are not diverted into private pockets. The association expressed concern over what they perceive as breach of legal protocols and insisted on SABI's accountability for his role in the currency redesign. According to the association, the special investigator on the Central Bank of Nigeria and related entities, Jim Obasei, revealed in his final report that the approval of the Naira design did not come from the former president, but rather from Buhari's aide, Sabi Tunde Yusuf. Oluwa demanded the immediate arrest prosecution of Tunde Sabiu for his role in the scandal. In a related development, Oluwa expressed serious concerns over the actions of the immediate past Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, concerning the Nigerian Air Project. Oluwa alleged that Sirika perpetrated a scam by presenting a hastily repainted chartered aircraft as the national carrier, deceiving the public. Moving on to sport, where Anthony Joshua continued his quest to return to the pinnacle of heavyweight boxing Sunday morning in Saudi Arabia as he battled to his third win in 2023 in style. The former two-time unified heavyweight champion roared back to his best with a decisive fifth-round TKO victory over Otto Wallen at the day of the reckoning event in Riyadh. The 34-year-old unleashed a master class in boxing, exploring a jam and right-hand combo that proved too much for the Swedish opponent to contain. Wallen eventually had to throw in the towel despite the dominant performance. Joshua refused to self-assess his performance, leaving that to his team. It's another fight, he said, for another day at the office. He, however, now acknowledged Wallen's tenacity and emphasized the importance of victory at all costs, comparing the sport to a snakes and ladder game. Napoli, the Serie A champion, made a significant announcement on Saturday regarding Nigerian national forward Victor Osimhen. The club revealed that Osimhen had agreed to a contract extension binding him to Napoli until 2026. This announcement was made through Napoli's social media platforms, where the club posted a picture capturing Osimhen signing the new deal alongside club owner Aurelio De Laurentiis. Victor and Napoli together until 2026. The caption read, solidifying the club's commitment to retain the sought-after player. That's it on Global TV Midday News, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Fauziya Lukman. Thank you so much for watching.